Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm doing a little bit of a test install on my 2006 Scion XB. Let's get a look at what we're working on. Okay, so I started recording too late, but you can see right here, there's my old injectors. Oh, there we go. There we are. These are, I believe, original from the factory injectors. And what I just put in, if you can look down there and see, you see the blue? These are larger injectors. These are brand new Denzos. They are for the 1ZZFE engine. And the reason I swapped them out is I swapped out the intake over here. A lot of you will be familiar. That's the 63 millimeter math housing. And I got the Blox air filter on here. We're calling this the, I guess we're calling this the Shorty or Short Ram intake because it's really short. And what most guys have a problem with on these, since this MAF housing is a larger diameter than the stock housing on the stock air cleaner. And the way the MAF works, they call it the mass airflow sensor. But the problem is that air doesn't have mass. And so it's not actually measuring air mass. What it measures is the speed of air crossing its coil. And when you run a larger housing, MAF housing, at idle, the air slows down. So it's not measuring correctly. And you wind up getting a code saying your engine's running lean. It's running too lean. So if your engine's running too lean, one fix that Gabe came up with over there at Oil and Gears channel was this. And this is part of your stock air box, and you chop it up and you would slide it in around the MAF housing. And the whole point is it brings the inside diameter into closer to spec. You have a more narrow diameter of your MAF housing, which creates a restriction. Well, it brings it back to stock, or really close to stock. But I discovered, let me come in here to the car. So I have another phone, Google phone with Torque Pro hooked up right here. You got my USB dongle down there, or my OBD2 dongle down there. And so we're not going to see right now, but got short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim. What I noticed driving around town, city streets, what I noticed was that I was adding fuel. I was still running lean, even with doing Gabe's Oil and Gears, doing his MAF housing hack. So what I decided to do is, this is just a test to see if running larger injectors solves that problem. So it adds fuel, and we're about ready to start her up. Coolant temp still, so it's still kind of cold. All right, I'm about to start her up. Here we go. We've already did a test fire, so lines are ready and pressurized. Here we go. What do we got? Open loop, low temp. Okay. Yeah, we've got a warm up. Before those will warm. Sounds good though. Let's come out here. You can hear that. Hear the hissing. The air filter here. No leaks. Something going on. That's got to get warm enough for the fuel trims to start doing their thing. We're still in open loop. Okay. No check engines. Codes? Let's go back here and listen here. It's cold out here, obviously. You can see all that exhaust. It's just heat. Alright. Not yet. We're getting there. Alright, we're in closed loop. Yep, fuel trim. Look, even short term, it's still adding fuel. That's right. It's gonna have to do some adjustment. I'm gonna take her for a drive. Anyway, I'm gonna get her all closed up, take her out on the road and run her, see how she's doing. See if that's an easy fix or if I have to actually get in there. I've got another way of going to tune that MAF sensor, basically a MAF calibrator setup. That's more expensive, but I can dial that in. It's basically a module that piggybacks on the ECM, and you can basically lie to your ECM and dial everything in so it runs like it's supposed to. But anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping by my channel, Lujin Custom, and let me know what you think. You know, give me a comment down on the bottom. Like, subscribe if you want more content on these first gen Scion XBs, because like I said, I got one. I am going to be doing a lot of things to this. Some things that you've already seen on the other channels on here. I'm going to be doing my own thing though, so there'll be some different content on here, but I'm going to try to pump out content. Anyway, thanks again for coming by. Have a good one. Okay, so I just got home from driving the Scion with the new injectors in there, and with what I'm calling Gabe's hack. And by Gabe's hack, I'm talking about that little honeycomb piece that goes inside the aluminum MAF housing to shrink the diameter. And I'm gonna run this for about a week to see how it goes. See if it runs better without getting any check engine lights and stuff. And because since it was running lean all the time, you know, my thought was, well, if it's running lean, give it more fuel. Those blue injectors they're basically their OEM injectors for the 1ZZ FE engine, which is a 1.8 liter. Ours is a 1.5. And based on the specs of them, they should flow just a little bit better than ours do from the factory. They're fun to in the drive. I got out on the freeway. I don't know, I work about 8 miles from home. I was able to get out on the freeway just to drive home. So this is just a preliminary drive, but I like the injectors anyway. There's just a little bit more fuel when your VVTi kicks on. There's just a little bit more fuel there. You know, when you get on the engine on pretty hard accelerations, you know, it kind of seemed like they're a little bit missing right there. I found it. Those injectors. I'm probably gonna keep those injectors in there. Now I don't know how they're gonna affect fuel economy, but as far as performance, yeah, it's great. It's great. I like it. Yeah, it was fun. So I've got the automatic in my car, and out on the freeway, you know, if you got on it, you know, depending on the state you're in, it would definitely love to sit and cruise around 75, 80 miles per hour, right? This morning it blew past that. So yeah, it was comfortably doing more than that briefly. So yeah, anyway, enough rambling on. Just thought I would give a little bit of update before I put this video all together and post it. Thanks again. Have a good one. All right, it's the next day after swapping out the see them down there, blue injectors, the OEM injectors for the 1ZZFE. There's my intake, the Shorty Ram with the Blox. All right, it's gonna be a cold start. And I got the torque tap set up here, I think. There we go, that coolant. Alright. Yeah, open loop, low tap. Here we go. No codes. Yeah, a little rich. Ooh, she's warming up quick. Okay, good. Well, I may still have to do that math calibrator. That's all right. I'm going to run this for the rest of the week. we'll see how this goes.
It's been a week, and the update is that the check engine light did come back on for running lean. So, well, basically that means I'm going to be putting Gabe's hack back in, and yeah, I'm going to have to do the math calibrator, which I already have. I've just got to do the tuning on it, figure out the tune, program that in, find out the sweet spot, and run that. So, well, this is just an update. I'm going to be doing that. Bye. Hey, welcome back to my channel, Lujin Custom. Well, it's a cold morning here. Got my 2006 Scion XB. Let's go get stuck in, see what we're working with. All right, we're already dug in, working on reassembly. I know you've heard me talking about the Shorty Ram intake with the Blox filter here. And I got it apart. Now, that insert we've been talking about, it's right here. It's kind of a hacked up piece from your stock airbox. Let me see if I can get her out here real quick. Yeah, here we go. So here it is. And what this does, here we go. Get this in there. You look in from the other side there. It goes around the MAF housing there. Goes inside the MAF housing, around the MAF sensor. And it narrows the diameter specifically right around the MAF sensor. The whole point of that is for airspeed. Ooh, I think I might need to clean my MAF sensor there. That looks pretty dirty back up in there. Anyway, I am reassembling it with this in here because I ran it without it, and of course we did the blue injectors down there. Yeah, you can see them a little bit. The 1ZZFE fuel injectors, which flow just a little bit more fuel than the stock injectors. Here later on, I'm going to be swapping out the intake manifold. I've got the Weaponar that shiny. Oh, let's dig her out real quick. I've been working on this little bit here. Get this box out. There we are. There we are. So that is that polished aluminum Weaponar intake. Got a throttle body spacer on there. And this is a brand new throttle body off of the, that was about a 99, I believe, 2000 Geo Prism in Toyota Corolla. And that model year of cars was assembled in California in cooperation between Toyota and GM. Let's see if we can
Yeah, you can't really see them. Yeah, there you go. Let's see, there's the throttle position sensor. Idle air control valve down there. And these actually had a map sensor. Okay. So what you don't see is there's a small vacuum line that comes up here on the stock intake. You have one in front of the butterfly. That's a fat one. And so what we're going to be doing here, let me go back to the car here. Right. So you see here, you got this smaller vacuum line here, which comes up, goes to your air box, and it goes, I've got it moved now, your purge valve solenoid back there. Now what I've done is I've put in a T on your brake booster line there. You can see it. Yeah, there you can see it a little bit there. Got a T right there, goes into your purge valve solenoid. That comes out, goes back to charcoal canister. All wired up. I had plenty of wire up here to run it back there. It's back up out of the way. I'll clean up that mess later. Anyways, the whole point of doing that was we're going to be eliminating this port, which is on the vacuum side of the butterfly. Now that big line, this big line here, let's go back. See that big line right there? And that's on the front side of the throttle body. There you go, you can see it right there. What we're going to be running is, you see it right here, this line right here, crankcase breather line. That would, on your stock box, it would go back out here. On your stock box, it would plug in between your mass sensor and your throttle body. We're still going to do the same thing. It's just going to be, it'll be right about here, roughly, kind of right about here on that new thick line. It'll be clean and out of the way. Won't be out here venting to atmosphere. All right. Well, you can hear me sniffling a lot. I'm gonna get this installed, get that filter back on, make sure that I don't have a vacuum leak when I start her up back there. And I'm gonna go home because, yeah, see, it's cold out here. Anyway, now there's an update on what's going on with my toaster. Once again, I really do appreciate you coming by my channel. Let me know what you think about all this. Do me a favor, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Yeah, I got tons more stuff that I'm doing to this thing. You know, we don't even have the new wheels done yet. Interior, I am doing a lot of stuff. So, all right, that's enough rambling. Take care, have a good one. Bye.